Hello, little chefs. This is Chef Luigi. Hi, Chef Luigi.
Hi, Mr. Banji.
How are you today? Thank you for coming to do this wonderful project with us.
It is my pleasure. Miss Angie, can I sing today too?
Yes.
Great.
Do you want to hear Chef Luigi sing? Yes, I think everybody wants you to hear you sing, okay?
Thank you, Mr. Banji.
Okay, today we're gonna do food art that is a beautiful animal that you all love, and it's a little pig sandwich. We're gonna also read The Pig in a Wig, the really sweet story about the pig, and I'm gonna go with you through all the process. You're gonna be having the help of a grown-up as always, and washing your hands with a lot of soap. And don't worry about the ingredients. You're gonna work with everything you have at home, right, Chef Luigi?
Yes, Mr. Banji.
So we're gonna be doing this together and especially have fun. Now I have a question for Chef Luigi. Chef Luigi, how many food groups do we have?
20.
20? No! How many food groups do we have?
5?
Yes, we have 5 food groups. Can you tell me the 5 food groups, please?
Yes, the fruits,
Yes, fruits,
the vegetables,
vegetables,
the protein,
protein, yes,
the grains,
grains,
and the pizza.
pizza? No, Chef Luigi, no pizza. We need one more.
The dairy.
Dairy group. So we have 5 food groups, and we're gonna go and have a lot of fun, right, at home and do this wonderful project.
Have fun, kids.
The project that we're going to do today is a pig sandwich. It's a little pig sandwich. This is our project. Now we're going to talk about the ingredients that you need to get ready for your project, okay? Remember, before getting the ingredients, before touching the food, remember to wash your hands with a lot of soap, and always ask for help for a grown-up to help you out and guide you, okay? So the first ingredient that we have is bread. You can use any kind of bread that you have at home. The bread is a grain. So bread is part of the grain group, of Jane the grain. The grain group has pasta, bread, rice, crackers, popcorn, and cereal. Our second ingredient is cream cheese. We're going to be spreading cream cheese in between the layers of our sandwich. Cream cheese is a dairy. It's part of the dairy group, part of Mary the Dairy. For the dairy group, we have yogurt, milk, and cheese. Our third ingredient is cheese. You can use any cheese that you have at home. It could be mozzarella, provolone, Monterey Jack. Any cheese you have at home is okay. The cheese is a dairy too, like the cream cheese. Our next ingredient is ham or turkey. Ham or turkey are from the protein group, from Dean the protein, the same as chicken, beans, beef, eggs. Protein group. If you don't want to use ham or turkey, you can avoid them and just use cheese. It's okay. You can adapt your project to what you have at home and what you can have. Our last ingredient is raisins or dried cranberries. I also have the little sugar ice. If you don't have these ice at home, you can use cranberries or raisins for the eyes, for the pig eyes. Okay, and these are all the ingredients that we need. Now, the raisins are a dry fruit, so they're part of the fruit group of Farah the fruit. Now, make sure you have all your ingredients ready at home and make sure you wash your hands with soap before you start your project. Okay, we're gonna start to do our pig sandwich. The first step to do our pig sandwich is get 2 slices of bread. We're gonna use a round cutter. You can look at home and look for a cup, a round cup, and you can use as a cutter, as a round cutter. So we're gonna cut 2 circles. One, and 2. Okay, let's clean up our boards. Okay, now we need the 2 round slices, and now we're going to cut the ham, the same round shape. Gonna make one big circle. Now we have ham and 2 slices of bread. The first thing that you're going to do is you're gonna grab 1 slice of bread, 1 circle, and we're gonna spread cream cheese on top. Okay, make sure you spread it in all the area. Perfect. Then you're gonna layer and make your sandwich. You can have the ham or turkey. If you cannot have the ham, just do it with the cheese. You can cut around cheese and make your sandwich just with cheese. And we have the top. Now we're gonna get another slice of bread and we're gonna cut a round shape. Now, this is a lid from a spice. You can ask the grown-up or mommy to get you a round, smaller than the other one, as a round lid. Okay, it has to be smaller in size because this is gonna be the face of our little pig. Okay, so the face goes here. We're gonna put this away, clean our boards. Okay. Now the third step is we're gonna cut a round piece of cheese, same as the other one. And we put it under the face. We clean our boards again. Okay, the next step is the little spout of the pig, the mouth. So we're gonna get another piece of ham or turkey or cheese if you don't want to have the ham. And now get another round lid to make a smaller circle. Just look what you have at home in the kitchen. Your mommy can help you with that. Okay, we have this one. We're gonna use a plastic knife that you can get at home. And we're cutting the circle in half. The ham in half, you see? And we're gonna put it on the side. Now from the leftover bread, we're going to cut the spout or the mouth of the pig. And we're gonna cut it to make the little shape of the spout. Now, you can get a straw. This is a straw. And we could make the nostrils. The two nostrils. And we put it on top of the face. And the same with the ham. We're gonna do two nostrils. If you don't wanna use the ham, you can always do it with cheese. So you see we have the two nostrils. Okay, with the leftover ham that you have, we are cutting the little ears. We're using our plastic knife. We can do two little triangles. We're gonna place it here. Okay, and we're gonna clean our boards. Now for the last part of our project, you can use either the sugar eyes or the raisins for the eyes. I have the sugar eyes, so I'm gonna place them here. You can also use the raisin or dried cranberries. Okay, and now with the leftover ham that you put aside, we're going to cut a little tail for our pig. You can roll it around like that and put it under the body. The little tail. Okay, so here we have our pig sandwich. So this is our project. This is our pig food art. You can enjoy eating your delicious pig sandwich while I read the book, The Pig in a Wig. But I think we're forgetting one thing. You have to name your pig. So, Chef Luigi, can you help us name our pig?
Yes, let's call it Willy the Pig. Willy the Pig.
Willy the Pig. I like that. I like that.
Miss Angie, can I get a wig like the pig?
You can get a wig like the pig.
Yeah, I'm gonna look very handsome in a wig. And what are we gonna be doing? My favorite dish of all. Do you know, Miss Angie, what's my favorite dish?
No, can you tell us what your favorite dish?
Pizza! I love pizza.
Project. Next class, we're gonna be making pizza. Pizza.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love you, kids. Have fun and remember to wash your hands. Arrivederci.
Thank you, Chef Luigi.
Bye.
Buon appetito. Happy pig sandwich. The Pig in a Wig by Alan MacDonald. Once there were some animals who lived on a farm in a humble, tumble-down barn. One of them was a pig called Peggotty. Peggotty was a polite, kind-hearted pig, but she was rather proud of her looks, and she spent hours admiring her reflection in the duck pond. She believed herself to be the prettiest, pinkest, most perfect pig in all the world. One morning, some lambs passed the farmyard gate on their way to the fields. Peggotty was gazing at herself in the duck pond, as usual. The lambs were very pleased with their new woolly coats and hadn't yet learned any manners. They stopped to stare at her. "Ugly old pig, you're pink and fat and you're bald, too," they bleated. The lambs skipped off giggling, leaving Peggy to gaze at her reflection again. Instead of the prettiest, pinkest, most perfect pig, she now saw an awfully ugly bald pig. A tear trickled down her snout and plopped into the duck pond. Why had she been born bald? She wondered. There must have been some mistake. She dried her eyes and decided to ask some of her barnyard friends. She found the old horse munching hay in the barn. "Excuse me," said Peggy, most politely, "but could you tell me why am I bald?" "Bald? Oh, yes," the old horse said, clearing his throat. "The reason you're bald is that you have no mane," he replied. "And please," asked Peggy, "is that what makes me so awfully ugly?" "Why, of course," nickered the horse. "There is no finer thing in all the world than a glossy and galloping mane." "I see," said Peggy. "Thank you." Peggy trotted into the barnyard, where she spotted the Marmalade Cat, curled up in a sunny spot. "Excuse me," said Peggy, most politely, "but do you know why am I bald?" The Marmalade Cat opened one eye and looked at Peggy. "The reason you're bald is that you're wearing no fur," she replied. Peggy nodded sadly. "And is that what makes me so awfully ugly?" "Of course," purred the cat. "There is no finer thing in the world than a likable, tickable fur." "I see," said Peggy. "Thank you." For the rest of that day, Peggy hid herself from the other animals. It was after dark when she returned to the humble, tumble-down barn. Only the moon was out. "Oh, luminous moon," said Peggy, "why was I born so bald and awfully ugly?" To her great surprise, a voice replied, "The reason you're bald is that you have no fabulous feathers to flaunt." Peggy looked up. It wasn't the moon talking after all. It was the singing cock on the roof. "Can you help me?" asked Peggy. "Most politely, I've asked everyone why I'm bald and awfully ugly, and they say it's because I haven't got a glossy and galloping mane or likable, tickable fur, not to mention fabulous feathers to flaunt. But I don't see what can I do about it." Suddenly Peggy had an idea. Without thanking and singing cock or bidding it good night, she trotted into the barn. All that night, while the other animals slept, strange rustling and scuffling sounds came from Peggy's corner. When the first sunlight crept into the barn, the cock crowed on, the animals stretched and yawned and shuffled out into the yard. Everyone stared at Peggy. Overnight, she had grown hair, golden locks of hair as curly as pig's tail. Peggy tossed her head proudly and paraded in front of them. Just then the young lambs passed by the gate, following their mothers up to the fields. "Look at the pig!" shouted one. "What's she got on her head?" "The pig is wearing a wig!" they cried. They all crowded around the gate, bleating and giggling at poor Peggy. "The pig in a wig! The pig in a wig!" Peggy's pink face turned red. She spun around and fled up the hill. She didn't stop running until she reached the big farmhouse at the top. There she crept into the shadow of the wall and wept. Tears ran down her plump cheeks, and the straw wig lay crooked and crumpled on her head. "Wah! Wah!" a voice wailed nearby. Peggy sniffled and listened. It was coming from the warm farmhouse. "Hush, hush, my darling, don't cry, my precious," another voice sang. Standing on her legs, Peggy could just see into the window. The farmer's wife sat on the floor washing something in a tub. In the tub of water lay a baby human. Its eyes were screwed up tight, and its two tiny hands waved in the air. It was as pink as Peggy, but what surprised her most was this: the baby was completely bald. It was pink, plump, and perfectly hairless human. The farmer's wife tickled the baby round tummy. "You're beautiful, my beautiful angel." The baby began to gurgle and giggle. Peggy pressed her face against the glass, smiling back. At that moment, the farmer's wife looked up and saw the bedraggled, bewigged face at her window. "Help!" she screamed. "A horrible hairy monster!" Peggy fell over backward with fright. The crooked and clumped wig fell off. She left it in the mud and galloped through the gate and back down the hill. That night, Peggy told her story to the other animals in the humble, tumble-down barn. And so she concluded, "If you are hairy, humans think you are a horrible monster. But if you are bald," and here she flushed modestly, "they call you an angel. And they say you are beautiful," she added, holding up her head a little higher. Peggy has never worn a wig since that day, and she doesn't believe that the finest thing in all the world is a glossy and galloping mane, or likable, tickable fur, or fabulous feathers to flaunt. She thinks that pigs are born just perfect. The end. Do you want to sing a song with me, Chef Luigi?
The pizza song?
No, it's another song we're going to sing today.
Okay, Miss Giovanni, I love singing with you.
Okay, so let's count. 1,
2,
2,
3. I like this one.
Never food, you can try a new food. You can try new food, something new to you. If you try new foods, then they can be your favorites too. Are you gonna try new food, Chef Luigi?
Yes, Miss Giovanni.
You like apples, try a pear. Like carrots, sticks, try celery.
You can try new foods, something new to you. If you try new foods, then they can be your favorites too.
You like grapes, try cherries. Too like corn on the cob, press.
You like corn?
I love corn, Miss
Try new
Giovanni.
foods, something new to you. If you try new foods, then they can be your favorites too.
I like favorite foods.
Yes.
My favorite food is pizza.
Favorite food.
You can try a new one. You can try new foods, something new to you. If you try new foods, then they can be your favorites too.